Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
And on this Monday night, we find some pretty calm conditions out there across the area. We had some clouds around early on today, but plenty of sunshine throughout, and another warm one. Temperature still in the low and mid 80s right now, with it actually feeling more like, well, 90. That's Taylorville right now. A little cooler up towards Watsika, feeling better up to the north and east. All right, as we go throughout the rest of this evening, we're going to see temperatures staying quite warm, still in the upper 60s. Mostly clear skies. We'll talk about some fog, though, for your Tuesday morning, and then some rain. Quite a bit of it, maybe, for your weekend coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now, from WCIA 3 News.
There's probably still 200 animals missing, and nobody knows where they are.
They were supposed to be protected at an animal sanctuary, why some shocking discoveries have led to the owner being investigated.
How many times did he rape you?
That's too much. I don't remember. Too traumatizing.
She says a former U of I professor even tried to kill her, but that's not stopping her from sharing her story.
It wasn't a good day on the field for the Alana this past Saturday. Why it was a great day off the field for one 8-year-old.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Coons in for Paul.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. One of the students accusing a former U of I professor of horrible crimes is now describing what she says happened. Gary Hsu was head of the East Asian Languages and Culture Department at the U of I. He resigned in 2018. A lawsuit filed last week accuses him of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, including rape, forced labor, and beatings. Vina Sun is one of those women. She says he beat her, raped her, and tried to kill her.
He went to the parking lot and started his car, driving after me, trying to crash me in the street.
He was trying to run you down.
Correct. I was so scared, and I was actually surprised that someone tried to just kill me in public.
She also says she went to the school 3 times and the U of I swept it under the rug. The complaint says the U of I put Hsu on a paid sabbatical of 2 school years. He was paid his full salary of more than $85,000. He resigned in 2018 and was given a $10,000 bonus. Then he went on to teach at other universities.
One person died after a chain reaction crash in Effingham County. This happened yesterday on I-70. 68-year-old James Barnes Jr. of Georgia was killed. Police say a pickup truck slammed into his car, which had been stopped in a line of traffic. Billy Barksdale of Oklahoma was ticketed for not slowing down to avoid a crash. A Paxton City Council member says she is fed up with people making illegal turns. This is happening on South Market Street downtown. A lot of people there are calling these J-turns, but it's essentially an illegal U-turn. Drivers are turning around and parking on the opposite side of where they're driving. The part that makes it illegal is crossing over a double line. Paxton passed an ordinance against it several years ago. This council member wants police to do more to enforce the law. Drivers who do this face a $164 fine.
Champaign police are sending out a warning to businesses about counterfeit cash. They've had several reports of it being used. In some cases, a suspect used a fake $100 bill to make small purchases. Police are encouraging businesses to make sure they check large bills if there is any question. A man from Champaign says a state agency changed a check he wrote without his permission, and so he called us to get the word out.
He thought it was check fraud. You probably would too. But as we found out, in this case, it's perfectly legal. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is with us now. So Jamie, why is this okay?
Jessica, now if someone like you or me did this, it probably wouldn't be, but the Secretary of State's office is able to lower the amount on checks you write. Brad Belert says he made a check out for $30 for an RV trailer plate. He got a postcard saying the price had been adjusted. State law allows the Secretary of State's office to reduce the amount on a check if it's greater than the fee, but they cannot increase it. Belert says this still concerns him.
I think that the state is setting their own laws for themselves and not for everybody else. They're altering my check, and they're not giving me information prior to doing so that I can okay that.
The Secretary of State's office says this is done for convenience. They say this allows the transaction to be completed in a timely fashion so they don't have to mail the check back and ask the customer to write another one before the transaction can be completed. Back to you.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Now, this law requires the Secretary of State's office to let people know about any changes they make. It's been in place since 1990. In Iroquois County, there are accusations of animal abuse.
It's truly animal cruelty.
That specifically is what some are claiming about the former owner of an animal sanctuary. Now a state's attorney's office is looking into her.
Corinne DiLorenzo operated Earth Animal Sanctuary in Thawville. The board for the sanctuary dissolved 3 years ago, but members say DiLorenzo kept taking in animals. This summer, the remains of hundreds of them were found at the site. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is here now. So, Courtney, what was she doing with them?
Well, Jennifer, no one really knows exactly, but many describe it as extreme neglect and animal cruelty. Many former board members believe she should face consequences.
Gerald likes to have his, they don't bite.
An animal sanctuary is a place animals can go to be safe and cared for. But Tobin Teagard says that wasn't the reality at Earth Animal Sanctuary in Thawville.
It was animal abuse.
The owner, Corinne DiLorenzo, used to live on Teagard's property.
She was kind of looking for a place to move. And so I had a mobile home, and I thought, if she's going to help me with the animals, that would be great. It really never worked out where she helped me with the animals. She started taking in animals.
Not long after, DiLorenzo moved out and opened her own sanctuary in 2014. A board was created for that sanctuary, but it later dissolved in 2016 because of failure to report taxes. But board members say DiLorenzo kept taking in animals. Years later, this past June, a board member found something terrible on the property: the remains of at least 600 animals.
We dug up skulls, and at first the animals were buried very shallow, and the people could take their hands and get them.
Teagard believes something should be done to hold DiLorenzo accountable.
People go to jail or get accused when they injure one dog. And this is close to 700. And there's probably still 200 animals missing, and nobody knows where they are.
I tried reaching out to DiLorenzo, but I wasn't able to get a hold of her. She was also charged with property violations again this year in 2019, Jennifer.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what she has to say about this. All right, keep trying. Thank you. The Iroquois County State's Attorney's Office says they have been looking into Earth Animal Sanctuary for several months. They've been meeting with members of the board, but wouldn't go into what the investigation involves.
It's an area that is well over 100 years old, which downtown is now on the National Register of Historic Places.
And also tonight.
I thought I would never get a glove from a Illini player.
But he did get one. Then it was stolen by a grown-up. How an Illini turned the loss into an unforgettable moment for a fan. It is the feel-good story of the day.
And our weather not feeling too bad out there. A little warm, though, as we approach the beginning of fall, which is just a week away. Outside, we look at the Roofing Dog INET Flooring America weather camera. That is in Springfield. 88 the high today. That is, yeah, well above what is considered normal for this time of the year. All right, when we come back, we're talking about this heat. How long is it going to continue? Rain for the weekend and how the first official day of fall will begin with the weather coming up.